Hey guys, it's Kelly, and today we're back with another video. I'm reading some Reddit stories and stuff, so we're just gonna get right into it. I have one here that I'm excited to read that sounds interesting. So without further ado, let's just get right into it. It says, would I be the asshole if I announced our second pregnancy at family Christmas when I know my cousin is going to announce the sex of the baby on the same day? I would say yeah. You know what I mean? I mean, you have all the time to announce it. Let your cousin have this moment. Plus, it's your second baby. It'd be different if it was your first kid, but this is your second kid. I don't know if this is the cousin's first kid or not, but still, I don't know. Short context. I, 38 female, and my husband, 39 male, have known about pregnancy since 4 weeks and plan to keep up the pregnancy to ourselves up to the 12-week mark. When we tell our siblings and parents on it, we are close to our family, so this was a difficult decision, but one we decided to make, to protect our hearts in case of loss, which makes sense. That's usually how most people do it. They wait a certain amount of time to tell people they're pregnant. We have had a difficult 2025, starting with a 9-week loss in February and the death of my mother-in-law in May. With a lot of other stressors and grieving sprinkled in, we didn't want to let anyone fall in love with this baby if he lost this one too, which is understandable. So we decided right away that we would tell our extended family and friends as a fun Christmas surprise at our respective family Christmas parties. To our surprise, my younger cousin announced the pregnancy of him and his girlfriend at Thanksgiving. We're in Canada, so this is the second week of October. This will be their first, and we are beyond thrilled for them. And it turns out that our babies will be approximately 2 weeks apart. Due to high risk nature and stress surrounding the current pregnancy, we decided to tell our immediate family earlier than the 12-week mark for support. We still maintain everyone to announce to our extended family and friends at Christmas. We have since found out that my cousin and his girlfriend plan to announce the sex of their baby at the family Christmas party. I can't speak. So why be the asshole we continue with our plan to announce our pregnancy at Christmas, even though we know they plan to announce the sex of the baby? To clarify, I don't think my cousin and his girlfriend would feel like their thunder was stolen, but I think some other family may view it this way. I don't want to steal their thunder, but I believe every baby deserves to be celebrated, and I don't know what else we were announced. I don't know when else we were announced to our family, if not Christmas. Too long didn't read. My cousin and his girlfriend are announcing the sex of their baby at the family Christmas, but my husband and I planned to announce our second pregnancy before we knew this. Would be the hassle continuing plan. I think you should talk to your cousin first and get their opinion on it, so they're not blindsided, and see what they think. I think that would be the best course of action, in my opinion. Just call your cousin and be like, hey, we want to announce our pregnancy too at Christmas. Would you mind? Would it be okay? I mean, I'm just saying that's a good way to avoid drama and stuff, but again, that's just my opinion. See, someone says to talk to your cousin, explain the situation, see if you can find a way to make it absolutely lovely occasion gift for everyone. See, that's something I could agree with. That's like I said, I feel like that's always the best course of action. Just communicate. I feel like people are allergic to communication, instead of wanting, they always feel like, oh no, this person is gonna react to this and this, then and that, and all that. But it's just communicate, talk to them. You're overthinking and having all this anxiety. Just talk to them. I mean, I'm the same way. I overthink and have a lot of anxiety, and I'm scared to talk to people all the time. But it's sometimes, bro, you just have to fucking say fucking and do it. And especially it's the simplest solution is talk to your cousin. You know what I mean? Figure out a way to make it work. And if they're not comfortable with it, because I get it, OP's right, every baby deserves to be celebrated, but also every, parent, every couple deserves to be celebrated. I also view it too, it's this is their first pregnancy, the cousin and his girlfriend, and this is OP's second. I'm not saying hers pregnancy is not valid because it's the second, but I feel because it's the cousin's first, they should have the spotlight for them since it's more special for them than it is for OP, in my opinion. But, you know what I mean? But yeah, see, that's what a lot of people tell your cousin, talk with the cousin. So this person not to ask, I finally read that only one person or couple is allowed to announce a thing per family event. I'm just responding, people are allowed to have their own moment. mean, everyone deserves to have the moment. There's one person that's announcing the sex of a baby is not, it shouldn't be a big deal. It's just information announcing, not important in the scheme of things. We didn't tell anyone ahead of time what the sex of a baby was. What does that mean? I just responded that everyone is different, because you know, another person said not the asshole. It's a family Christmas party, not their person gender reveal. That's not even the point, though. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's a family Christmas party, but it's also like, so what? That's usually a perfect time to announce these things when you're around your family, is it not? But I love that a lot of people are saying to talk to your cousin. See, this person too, if you did it, you would look like you were trying to one up the couple with bringing even better news and kind of shattering their announcement. I get it's not what you meant, but some people might take the rain. That couple might take in the bad also. But that's totally valid too, because it's like, again, it's their moment of trying at the moment and someone trying to steal it. I don't know. Oh, yeah. Oh, Pete did. So was the pregnancy she lost her first pregnancy? I feel kind of like an asshole now myself, because I was saying her second pregnancy is a big deal, but I didn't even think about how when she said she lost a baby, that was probably her first pregnancy. I'm sorry. I feel like an asshole. That didn't even click in my head to already see someone's comment, but I don't know. There's a person I've asked, people read too many into things. These announcements. No one has monopoly on sharing news to the family. It's just a respect thing. She should talk to her cousin. You know. So I love how a lot of people are saying that too. Why I was saying to talk to the cousin, because just talk to people. I'm telling you. I know it might seem a little nerve-wracking in the beginning, but you look back like, why didn't I just do that in the start? Why did I let myself get all anxious and have all this anxiety over nothing? Why did I let myself overthink everything? I don't know. Let's see. Let's try and find another story. Okay, it's another one. Am I the asshole because I asked the restaurant to ignore their to-go policy for me? I mean, I think first the title again. I'm gonna say yes, because it's like just respect a business's policy. They have a policy for a reason. Like, I feel like it's kind of fucked up to demand they change their policy for you, or like ignore their policy for you. Like, you're not special, I'm sorry, but that just sounds entitled. But let's just read the story, because it could be judging too quickly. I, 35 female, have been craving crispy spring rolls from a particular restaurant for a while. Last night, I asked my husband, male 36, if he wanted to go out to eat tonight, since the kids were planning to spend the night as parents. He agreed. When we got home around 5 today, I asked him if he was ready to go. He told me he had changed his mind and didn't feel like going out. I wasn't surprised. He is an introverted person and very much prefers to avoid social situations when possible. But it's also like, he just got home at 5, so I assumed he was probably working too, so he probably could also just be tired from working. You know what I mean? I mean, yeah, introverted. I'm introverted, so I understand, but it's like, that's probably not the only reason. Anyways, not the point. But after getting the initial disappointment, I asked him if he'd ride with me to go pick it up. He agrees. We get in the car. I call the restaurant to order ahead. The girl over the phone tells me they don't serve that particular appetizer to go. I ask, do you mind if I ask why? My husband throws his hands up and says something in disagreement. She says because they get soggy when packaged for to go. I asked if they could order them with the understanding that they would be soggy. She tells me she's not sure, but she can check, and puts me on hold. My husband proceeds to tell me I am being a Karen, tells me something to the effect of, do not teach the kids to be like you. The girl comes back and tells me I can order them as long as I don't mind them being soggy. After I order and hang up, my husband tells me I'm acting like my brother, amongst other things. At this point, I don't want to deal with his outbursts anymore, so I just tell him to go back to the house. I come home with the food in an attempt to patch things up. He cleared the table and lit a candle on for me to eat. He comes over and tells me I'm entitled to deal with people how I want, and he's entitled to deal with people he wants to. I tell him I agree with him, however, he's not entitled to call me names or imply I'm not a good role model for our kids. I agree. He doubles down and says he is right, and the right thing to do would have been to just follow the restaurant policy and being a Karen by asking them to break the rules for me. Am I a Karen in this situation, or is my husband being an asshole? Edit. It's starting to sound like I may not have been a Karen. I'm glad you guys confirmed it. The appetizer was indeed not crispy as it usually is at the restaurant. I still enjoyed the heck out of it. Second, this post made me realize it would been 20 years since we started dating on November 10th, 2025. I mean, the husband was a bit much with it. He shouldn't have said, like, insinuated you were a bad role model to the kids and stuff, but I do think you should kind of respect their policy. They have policies for a reason. I mean, it's still nice of them to do that for you, but I feel like you shouldn't expect that in the future. You know, they have rules for a reason. Just respect it. I understand it's frustrating, but just, you know, have respect for a restaurant's policy. To me, it's not really that hard. You know, it's not that hard to do, in my opinion. So I think both of them were wrong in a sense, more so the husband than her, but yeah. Anyways, let's see if we can find one more good story to do. Let's see, guys. Let's see. If you guys have any other good, like, recommendations for Reddit stories to read, let me know. Maybe I should find them and, like, screenshot them beforehand, but that would be hard when they're long and I have to scroll, but we'll see. That's my person. Let's see, guys. But, I think Reddit is cool. I don't really use it that much. I've had, like, the app for a couple of months now, but here's the last one. Am I the asshole for wanting my ex to rate before introducing his new GF to our children after 3 months of dating? I'm going to say kind of, just because I feel like 3 months is a decent amount of time. And it's also like, you really can't control what your ex does, and I feel like you're trying to control him. But, I don't know. Let's just see the story. Space Class Towel says, my ex-37 male is pushing that my 2 children, 2M and 4M, meet his new girlfriend. Okay, the fact that you call it your children, both of your children after it's yours. We've only known each other since August of 2025, 3 months. I'm 34 female, not comfortable with this. So for context, me and my ex split up at the end of our last year after a 15-year relationship. We're not engaged at some point during this, but we did mesh well. We got engaged at some point, sorry. And amicably split up. We have a good relationship and co-parent our children successfully. The information that I know about the relationship is that he shared with me. It's what he shared with me. He met someone on a dating app. He met her for the first time in August. She lives 2 hours away and has her own son, 6M. From what he tells me about her, she seems like a person I'd actually really like. But I haven't met her. She has introduced him to her son a few times, and apparently they took a trip together for a weekend. Ex and new GF, her son wasn't there. My ex has also briefly met her ex during child pickup, from what I know. He sees her maybe once or twice a week, and then over his child-free weekends. Every second week. He brought up thinking of introducing our children to her. I said I thought it was too soon, and it turned into an argument. He asked me what would be acceptable time frame, and I said at least 6 months. He didn't like this response and ended up storming out. I just want to make sure any adult introduced to our children to someone he's serious about, and I want to protect my children. So I asshole for saying I think it's too soon to wait a bit longer for me and the kids. Update. Thank you for everyone with your response. They got a mixed bag of not the asshole and the asshole, which based on the comments section I can see both sides. I accept that while it's okay to have this concern, I don't have any say in what he does. I have to trust his decisions. Which I think is important because, like, I get it, you want to protect your children, but he's just as much as a parent as you are, so you have to let him be a parent to his kids and make decisions for your kids as well, not just you. You know what I mean? So I'm glad she can realize that. I need to remember I was with him for 15 years. I know what he's like, the company he keeps, and I know he's not someone to do something without thought. Therefore, I called him, apologized for making anything awkward, and explained I didn't want us to fall out over this. I explained that while I have an opinion on the time frame, it's not my decision on what he does. He thanked me and said he appreciates my opinion, which is why he mentioned it to me. He explained he wasn't planning on having her meet them anytime soon. It was just something he was thinking about. He explained he wanted to let me know and also wants to make sure the kids are the forefront of what he does. I also mentioned that I'd like to meet her first if possible. He said that would be fine. And we're trying to figure out a way to work it out. Any ideas how to meet her would be amazing. Because I know I could be a bit awkward and goofy if we're in a formal setting. It's my nerves, lol. I want to meet her I want her to like me, and I'm hoping I'll like her. Like I said, my ex has told me little bits about her, and I do feel we get on. So thank you. I've been able to navigate this better with your advice. I'm feeling a bit better at all. So like I said, I'm glad they were able to work it out. I understand why some people might think 3 months is a bit soon, but I don't think that's that terrible, to be honest, of a time frame. I can understand at least 6 months though. But I mean, I guess that's the thing, like she said, you have to be able to trust your ex. I mean, you know your ex, right? So you should know if they're capable of making good decisions on that. You know what I mean? And you also have to trust your co-parent is also the parent of your kids. You're not the only parent. You know, you're not the only one who can make decisions for your kids. And you have to let your partner make decisions for both of your kids as well. You know what I mean? I understand it can be concerning and you want to keep your kids safe, but, you know, you can't control your ex does, especially when he has your kids. Just like he can't control you does when you have the kids. You know what I mean? I don't know, but yeah, I like the outcome. I think sounds good. I hope everything works out for them. But I don't know, like I said, I just think it comes down to you have to respect your partner, you know what I mean? And, or ex-partner, I should say. Just respect them and respect the choices they make and be confident that they're making good choices, you know? But I don't know. What do you guys think in the comments? Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you want to hear more Reddit stories like this. I have a playlist on my channel. You can check it out. I have a bunch of different playlists, so check them out if you haven't. Let me know what you guys think about the microphone. But I love you guys so much. Please follow me on my socials. Follow everyone in my description, guys. Please subscribe to me. Please like. And please comment. And I will see you randomers in the next video. Peace.